hmm I'm just reading this law dictionary. Yeah. It has what's called personal service of process. The direct hand-to-hand delivery of a summons. Yeah. To the person being summoned. Yeah. And then there's the personal tort. A wrong perpetrated against another. It may take the form of a physical attack or it may be an attack against one's reputation or feelings. Yes. hmm Personal tort, the feelings. And then there's those trusts. The personal use trust is a trust created for particular individual sole use, in which the benefits or interests cannot be transferred. Oh, now, well, maybe even personally known. Yes. Now, this personal service process, yeah. I've often mentioned that when going through a dissolution of marriage, right, the court did not obligate personal service of process. It was nice that you allowed for the petitioner to mail, yes, service of process. Now, I don't know what the actual law says. I do know what the law says when it involves protection orders. Yes, there must be at least two attempts of personal service. Yes, then you can get a court order, pursuant to court order, mailing, or publication. Mhm. Now, quite often when we think about personal service, I'm sure that any and all individuals that have ever been divorced before, yeah, they had to find out, yes, can you use mailing only, or do you have an obligation of personal service? Yes. See, a lot of people, when they get divorced, yeah, somebody tells them how to do it. Yes. And when going through my divorce, yeah, you did not obligate any personal service of any notice of court hearings. No. Mm-mm. No, my wife could say that, well, I'm just going to mail it to him. And the excuse was, well, I don't know where he's at, so I'll send it to an address where he may or may not get it, but it's not that important. See, there's this thought of family influence. Where I'm going to send it to his mother's house, even though we know that he doesn't live there. Right. I'm going to send it to his uncle's house, and we know that he doesn't live there. Yes. I'm going to send it to any address other than the address that we do know that he does live at. Yes. To make sure that he doesn't get personal service. Now, a lot of people that are married, yes, it's not that often that the individual that is named as a respondent gets arrested at the same moment as being served the petition for dissolution of marriage. It doesn't happen that often because it's illegal. Ouch! You cannot arrest an individual for the accusation of violating the fraudulent protection order and at the same moment serve them the petition for dissolution of marriage and the summons. Yes. See, one is a crime and one is personal service. Yes, yes, yes. Now, when we go through the actual public court record, yeah, for some reason, the whole year from March of 2012 until approximately the 20th of December of 2012, yes, no one took into consideration the obligations of the restraint provision of the protection order. Yes. It's as if your court rules were written for those that don't have any domestic violence problems. Yes. There's never been an accusation of child abuse. There was never a request for a mental health evaluation. And when you actually think about your court rules being written for any and all dissolutions of marriage that don't have any of those conditions, it seemed that the court never wanted to tell my wife that she has to have proof of service to be able to continue with the dissolution of marriage. Now, some people would say it's a contempt of court. Ouch! for not requiring personal service. Yes. Mhm. Now you did arrest me. Yes. I was on trial. I was living at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yes. You had a settlement conference setting hearing. Yes. That was scheduled for December 31st of 2012 that wasn't on the public court record. Yes. And my wife had 3.5 months to serve me right now. And you never obligated personal service. Now, this excuse of my homelessness, yes, and not knowing who I am and where I'm at, yes, it's all bullshit. Right now. Now, I'm just wanting you and law enforcement to realize, yes, that there are certain obligations. Right. Let's look at Chapter 2.48 of the RCWs, known as the State Bar Act. Yeah. Admission and disbarment. It looks like the state of Washington dislikes disbarring attorneys, yes, that have all sworn, yes, that they have any knowledge and the oath of admission, yes, that they would respect and maintain the respect due to the courts of justice and judicial officers, yes, they would all support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Washington, yes, that they are citizens of the United States and they owed their allegiance to the United States of America. Then they did, yes, and swearing, that I will abstain from all offensive personality and events, no fact prejudicial to the honor and reputation of a party or witness unless required by the justice of the cause with which I am charged. Yes. But this last one I will never reject, yes, from any consideration personal to myself, the cause of the defenseless or oppressed or delay any person's cause for lucre or malice, so help me God. Now, the individuals in the employment of the legal profession known as attorneys could possibly have to say this, so help me God. Yes. Now, I'm going to want the attorney oaths, yes, of each and every attorney of the United States. Yes. Because it says here, delay any person's cause, yes, for lucre or malice. Yes. Now, there's malicious harassment. Yes, there is. There's hate crimes right now. And for every attorney right now that said, well, this is the way we're going to do things. Yes, if you don't pay me, yes, I'm not going to represent you right now because I'll tell you, I will put in place.